In general terms, the more colour salmon has, the better quality feed the fish has had and the better quality of smoke. So this is our raw salmon fillet, which is unsmoked, and this is the smoked salmon that you typically would buy from a supermarket. Okay, so as with any analysis of food, imaging protocols are important. So we choose a blue board in DigiEye. This is because it's a contrast between the orange, and this will allow the automatic separation of the board to take place. So all we need to do is position the samples on the blue board towards the center, and then that will go into DigiEye. For the smoked salmon, we can assess individual layers, or we may want to just assess the product as seen by the consumer when purchasing. So we use a salmon fan, which is basically a colour scale developed especially for salmon, grade 20 to 34. We always place it into a controlled lighting environment, so we're using an UltraView by VeriVide. We're in D65 lighting, and we will assess the colour as the average colour for each fillet. So I would grade fillet 1 between 23 and 24, and fillet 2 would be graded between 24 and 25. Please note that the colour of the salmon will appear different under different illuminants. So this is a typical fridge illuminant found in a store, or it could be a slightly more redder version. So it's important to know where your product is going, and always speak to the retailer or brand to determine which is the illuminant used for point of sale. So in daylight, it's between 25 and 26. Type 1 LED. Type 2 LED. I would still say it's a 2026. A better method of assessing the colour would be using a DigiEye system, where we simply place the food sample inside the cube along with the scale. We can either take the scale as a physical reference and compare the batch, or we can use stored data from the software to assess the colour. So we've got a digital image of the product against the salmon scale using special tools within the software. This one's called Swatch Tool. It enables me to copy the standards or the scale and then move that across the screen, just as we would do physically if we had a scale in the light box. So this enables a remote location, such as a buyer's office, to actually approve the product before delivery. So again, I'm making the same decision I did in the light box between 24, 25 on fillet 1, and fillet 2 is between 25 and 26. Within DigiEye, we've got a virtual light box which can show the food product under different lights. So this is how it was captured in D65, which is daylight. We can look under store lighting, different types of store lighting, and even an LED that may be present in a fridge. And as you can see, there's quite a big difference between store lighting that's in the ceiling of a store and the actual lighting within a fridge. We can click on multiple illuminant mode, and we can see the same product under 4 different illuminants. We can even swatch the product from daylight and move that over, and you can see the difference. That's not too much, but certainly in the LED lighting in the fridge and the actual store lighting in the ceiling, there is a big difference as opposed to what we see in daylight.